where those who perceive truth may strive to make others see.
A big, powerful America, and shoot them for what?
On that continent, we are trying to forge a new identity for which we need each other.
So I want you to imagine you're at your favorite coffee spot and you order, I guess the pumpkin spice latte with extra whip or whatever the hell you like, and and while you're enjoying your drink, you see that the sky suddenly darkens and you're in the middle of a storm. So today we're going to be talking about NOAA, and this is the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Essentially, it's NASA for our ocean, and it obviously, it gets less funding, of course, because it's not as sexy as going out into space. In terms of my interest in this particular organization, it's really boils down to why would NASA get so much funding in this, this organization not really get nearly as much. When we're talking about bang for buck, I would think that you would get more effectiveness out of every dollar spent exploring the ocean. Now, a few things attracted me to this. They're apparently very involved in weather patterning and really the predicting weather, and that was it's a bit surprising, but apparently they have a lot to do with not only the ocean, but really predicting major hurricane events and things of that nature. When it comes down to them being responsible for this endeavor of really ocean discovery, I want you guys to understand that really they discover species. There is a boat that's dedicated to species discovery. But when it comes down to who's on the front lines, that's the oil drilling companies most of the time. And this is really what I was looking for in this report, was really to tell me how they get in, how in fact they get on the front lines. And it's really unfortunate, of course, this element of them being regulated, or them being the oil companies being regulated by NOAA, because I know it gets no attention. And I mean, you see, we see what the FDA has come to in terms of, if there's any pressure on this organization, I expect it to fold. So really, when it came down to this, the interaction between this company or this organization and the oil companies being regulatory in nature, I assume that these oil companies are regulating themselves. But like I said, there is they do species discovery, and they've been accused of really inaccuracy, of course, associated with predicting weather patterns. But in terms of them, they also have they have really made complaints about like all this I suppose all this like specifically when it comes down to the ocean and regulating what happens in the ocean. They have complaints about fishing a lot and fishing agents, and agency, and they're responsible for really a lot regarding regulating fishers. Like I said, this is this is kind of, this is small compared to what I would imagine the oil companies would be up to in terms of what happens in the fish, what happens in the sea being, really, really being up to the oil companies regulating themselves. But also, like, the element of really integrity of this particular organization. I'm not expecting really a heavy emphasis on integrity based on the fact that like I said, the FDA regulates itself when it comes down to the corruption in the agencies. They don't really give me a lot of hope in particular. So like I said, they're targeted based on the inaccuracy that they provide, the inaccurate weather predictions that they provide. They're very involved in this aspect of predicting a lot of storms that we've had. In terms of a lot of the predictions that we see, they really provide a lot of data in terms of predicting a lot of really what happens. In terms of they play a critical role in oil spills and responses to oil spills and restoration efforts. And when it comes down to they collaborate with other agencies, and I think that the Bureau the Bureau of Ocean Energy Management and the Bureau of Safety and Environmental Enforcement. Now, this is these are particular agencies that are like directly responsible for offshore and oil and gas operations. And in terms of, like I said, a lot of these agencies, I'm expecting a lot of corruption. And when it comes down to the element of like exploring our sea, and our sea really becoming a priority for us in terms of exploration, and what happens when we stop looking outward, with NASA, and really start figuring out like a lot of what happens on this planet. We'll see a lot more, like a lot less incentive to get involved with a lot of these companies that are exploiting this planet. And everything NASA just kind of seems like, from a scientific point of view, in terms of bang for buck, it just seems like a psyop in terms of why would this agency not get just as much as an agency like NASA. I just think it's a particularly I mean, it's a shame in itself, and when it comes down to oil drilling in the ocean and what happened and the incentive for drilling for oil in the ocean, I expect there to be significant findings that just are significant artifacts that go unfounded based on these companies being on the front line. Like I said, climate data, climate data analysis, all of that really, like, a lot of that filters through them. And in terms of this idea of really holding integrity as a the people that work within NOAA are probably really good people, but I don't think they're like like the agency heads. I expect there to be really a significant amount of room for corruption in terms of really turning these people against one initiative or another. Either way, I'm your Buckman for the support, Sleepy, and author of this video, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.